So I don't really know what this is or what this is going to be. I'm on like spring break. And so I just decided to do this because I like BTS and I just decided to record myself one day just watching Burn the Stage. So for any of the people out there, I guess, who is interested to hear what a random person has to say about BTS, I don't know. So we'll see how this goes. It's just like a series of like, you know, beautiful wings photos of these lovely humans called BTS, and just me like reacting to watching Burn the Stage, which is like a YouTube Red BTS documentary. And so yeah, this is just like me reacting to it. This is supposed to be an intro, and I know it's kind of shitty, but yeah. Yeah. So let's go with that. Yeah, so begin now. Okay, I just had to record this because I'm stressed out now. But yeah, so I'm watching BTS Burn the Stage episode 1, and I told myself I was going to record more because I wanted to like hear what my first thoughts were, especially if I like re-see the scenes. And a lot of times like when you read stuff, your initial impression changes. But anyway, so I'm watching Burn the Stage, and like so it opens up with them with like mainly RM and Suga talking, which I feel like is really dumb, which I know like the like I have like several impressions about that, but basically they're talking about how they want like Burn the Stage to be like something like new and like something different or whatever, and they want to show like their real selves, which I feel like is kind of dumb because it's like I feel like this is a very American thing, number one. And like Korea, like, you know, you see this like perfect idol, and they say this, like, you see like these perfect people and you don't really see what's going on behind, and they're like normal people. And it's interesting because we all know that they're doing this, like we all know that they're like struggling and like they're human, right? And they put up this like image of them not being human, which is kind of hard, I feel like, because we think that they're like this paragon of like perfect person. Anyways, so I think it's interesting that like RM and Suga are talking about this, and like literally no one, like Hobie like says something and like legit like RM talks over him a little bit, and like Jungkook is like hiding probably because he doesn't like tension, which I like kind of like. They talked about that at one point, like how Jungkook like has a problem when the other people have a problem, if that makes any sense. Anyways, so yeah, I think RM and Suga have definitely probably spent hours like just talking about this to each other, because I have a feeling that they're really close, and B, they like are kind of more like reserved personalities, and I feel like they're going through something that only they would understand. And I feel like with Jimin and like J-Hope and with Jungkook to some extent, like they're like performers. Like Jimin was born to perform, and I feel like for Suga and RM, they had a way more of like a humble like view about it. So I can see them like spending days like talking about this amongst themselves. So that was really interesting, but at the same time kind of sad, because like I want to hear what the other ones are thinking. Like I'm sure they're thinking something. It probably means different things to each one of them, but it's like impossible to know, because like who knows what's going on in Jungkook's head, who knows what's going on in V's head, and like all of that stuff. So it was interesting to see RM and Suga, because they always have like such strong opinions about something, and they're all and I don't know, it's very interesting. I definitely like see them as like the leaders. So that was interesting. And then so after that, it like transitions to RM saying like, "Hi, I'm RM, I'm the leader," and then it like flashes to like Jungkook like on the ground, which I swear like triggered me, because like I guess I like didn't realize how much I actually like cared about them, but like I actually care. Like I don't want them to be in pain or like anything like that. So it was very stressful to like see him on the ground. And in a way, like I guess I get what they're saying, like, oh, we're going for like this gritty like side. We're going for like showing who we really are, and like showing that we struggle too, and like all that. Like not bullshit, but like basically all that BS. And then it's like transitions like Jungkook on the floor, and you're like, so Jungkook like worked like till he like is dead. Like I'm like A, not surprised, but also B, like it's stressful to see that, and I feel kind of like taken advantage of, because I know that they want me to be stressed out, and like that's the whole point. But I think more than that. I don't want to just be like bombarded with like images of them like crying and all that horrible stuff. So I'm like, you better have like some explanation as to why you're subjecting me to watching these, like, you know, like, I better know, like, I hope it's not just like surface level, basically. Like, are they just gonna show like this bullshit about them like getting injured and crap to like work us up without actually like sharing like how they feel about it and what it means to them? Like, what does it mean to them that like Jungkook's on the floor or whatever? Because like I know what it means to me, and I don't really want my emotions to be like manipulated by this like show. Anyways, so I'll just continue. Okay, sorry, I had to pause it again. So they're like introducing themselves. I realized I cut off RM. But so they're introducing themselves. It's like legit like hilarious. Like Suga's like, oh, I used to have lottery tickets and shit. First of all, they seem like really mature, which is nice because like they're not children. And they say some like really like low-key real stuff. Like Hobie's like, yeah, I like connect the younger ones, the older ones, and you're like, I dig that, man, because I can see like RM and Suga just like running off into the distance, and you're just like, can you calm down? Whereas like, and I can like RM and Suga are very like, in my mind, like they're separate. I said this like a while ago, but they're very like separate. They seem like they worry and think about things that the other members don't think about, and I definitely like kind of feel that divide there. But anyways, so Hobie is like, yeah, I like connect the two, and I'm like, I can see that, man, I can see you like doing that. And then Jimin's like, yeah, I'm the magne because like freaking Jungkook isn't doing his goddamn job. So anyways, I thought that was funny. Also, I love Jimin. Okay, just another addition. They're all great. They're acting like very mature and like very much like normal and chill and like adulty as like adult act. I don't know how to explain. Anyways, and they're eating ramen. And I'm kind of upset. I'm like, they should be eating like better food than this. Like, someone take care of them. Maybe they want to eat ramen. Honestly, I don't know. But it's like the cheap, like crappy ones in a cup. I'm like, you guys are in the freaking United States. Like, they can bring you some like real ass ramen. You don't have to eat ramen from like a box. Okay, it's interesting. They definitely act normal, which is nice. But it's funny because like when they came out this stage, they're like under the stage. Like they're like actually in the like scaffolding of the stage. And I'm like, can someone like put like padding under there? I love how I'm just like concerned about their health at this point. It's just funny. I'm like, can someone like take care of them more? I was just like watching Hobie like mess up the putting on the jacket, and I've always wondered about that. I'm like, what if you mess up like putting on a jacket, or like you drop something or something like that? Anyways, so, and it is just, I would be so stressed out because like so many people have to like wait for you to like do your part, and like he has like 5 backup dancers, and they're just like, I guess we'll just stop because he can't put on his goddamn jacket. Sorry, I thought that was funny. Also, I love Hobie. That's a really interesting thing to say by Hobie. So Hobie said like he doesn't know like who he is yet, but he hopes like in the next year, like as he grows further, like he'll be able to find like who he is. And I don't really know how to take that, because I think that a lot of the people, like I think a lot of the ARMY and BTS fans have felt that from Hobie. And, like, I've even seen people like, oh, I'm not really sure, like, what his personality is. It's, like, very interesting. He is a very interesting personality, and no one can quite pin him down. And, like, it's interesting that he also expresses that he doesn't know who he is either. And I'm not sure if he doesn't know who he is, or he doesn't know who he is, like, in front of a camera or, like, as a performer. I'm not sure what that means. And I'm not sure if he's saying that in the sense that, like, he actually doesn't know who he is, or, I don't know, it's a very interesting thing to say, because, like, everyone can tell Hobie. Everyone's like, what is your personality? Like, everyone's personality is, like, a little more clear, but he's much harder to pin down. I'm starting to get triggered by Jimin crying. But, yeah, so I, like, basically finished it. It was good. I like how at the end they were like, oh, I hope, like, in a year, you know. And now that I think about it, this might be a year. Oh my god, I didn't realize that. Because they were saying, like, oh, what do you hope you like figure out in a year? Like, what do you hope to see like from yourself? And I didn't realize that. I think like when this is coming out, I think it's been a year. Like I don't know why I'm just realizing this. But no, yeah, like obviously they say like, oh, like it's like last year has been crazy. I'm like, dude, like I guess I'm sitting in the future and I'm like, you don't even know, like it's gonna get more and more crazy. But yeah, it was really good. um I like at the end RM was like, you're not as smart as you think, you're not as selfless as you think you are, and I hope like you know your limits and also know that you can reach past those limits. um and just like everything he says in general is like very self-reflective. Same for Suga. Him and Suga are like the kings of self-reflection. Some of the other ones are like, I don't know how to self-reflect. But yeah, no, it was really, it was nice to see. It's interesting to see like where this is gonna go, because I like I'm excited. I'm happy it's the Wings tour because I love the Wings like songs, and I think it's picked interestingly because they're like individual, right? Because they're like by themselves for a lot of the performance, so you can see kind of like what each one is going through. And like you can see like them crying, and I've seen like a lot of these performances, so I know that they don't like fuck up or anything. Because I've like seen, I think like V like kind of hits like a weird note, but like other than that, like who the fuck cares, like to be honest, I just want to be like, guys, like like you just being alive like in front of people is like enough. But anyways, yeah, so it was good. I'll cut this off here because I know my phone has like no amount of storage. So bye. Next episode.